Hi, welcome to Chris Stampin' Spot. Hope everyone is having a lovely weekend and a great Sunday morning. I just wanted to jump on here and show you guys my week 7 of my 12 weeks of Halloween. Today we're going to make this super cute shakery card, vampire shaker card. It's a little hard. I found it was hard to take pictures even of this because of the glare and these fabulous snow globes. But they are super cute. Isn't that adorable? Cannot wait to also make these in Christmas stuff. That's super cute. And I use the copper foil. So this is what we're going to do today. My 12 weeks of Halloween. Okay, so I'm also using this super cute, the Very Versailles stamp set that's in our annual catalog. That's what I use to give, to add to this fabulous mask that we're going to use in the annual catalog. And we're using our snow globes dies. So I don't use the whole set. What's awesome about our bundles is you can save 10% when you order. So if you get the dies and you like these gorgeous, this is a great image here if you're going to make Christmas snow globes. I mean, you just need the dies to make what I'm using today. But if you buy them both together, you get 10% off. That's what the stamp set looks, the snow globe stamp set. Steel seams. Isn't that pretty? It's gorgeous. This is so pretty and versatile. We're using, so I'm going to use that and then we're also using the Spooktacular bundle, which I have been using quite a bit. The Spooktacular Bash bundle has this fun stamp set here and these dies that I just absolutely love. I use them so much for everything. These are the ornate frames dies. I love these for everything, not just for Halloween. They are a great set of dies. I've actually already done a little vampire, but we used this die today, and of course this one to cut out. But isn't this a gorgeous set of dies? So gorgeous. Love, love, love. So versatile too as well. And then again, this is the stamp set that we're using. We're going to use this, use the cute little vampire, and we're going to use the Have a Spectacular Halloween today. We're also, like I said, we did use the Very Versailles, and we also I'm also using the punch pack. So in our catalog there is this fun punch pack. It comes with these 4 little bitty, they're the little bitty punches, and I'm just using the bat today because that's what we're going to use to put the little bats in our snow globe. But it also comes with little hearts, leaves, and snowflakes that match these super cute images. And again, if you buy them together, you can save 10% on the bundle, which is very fun. We're also using the basic decorative masks, which on page 35, and we're going to use the one that matches like our Simply Scroll, Stylish Scroll embossing folder, which we're actually using as well. So there's a lot of steps to making this super cute thing. I absolutely love how it turned out. Okay, so let's get started. I'll show you guys where to find all that stuff in the catalog. So first of all, we need a piece of basic black cardstock, and realize I actually set that aside. So it's 8.5. It's our 8.5 by 11, and I'm going to cut it at, we're going to cut it in half. So I'm actually going to do, I've been doing a lot of the 4.5, the long ways, but this one I'm going to do a regular card. That I used to do these ones more often. And then you just score it at 4 1/4. So it's at 8, and cut at 5.5 and scored at 4.5. So that's how we make our basic, our basic black. That's my bone folder. Our basic black card base. And I use our old trimmer, which is no longer available, but super excited. Is October 1st is Tuesday, and we demonstrators get to pre-order the new trimmer. So that is super exciting. Super exciting. Can't wait to show you guys the new trimmer. Okay, so now I've got that. So I'm going to do something. So our delicate copper is on back order, sadly, until October 28th. You can use Whisper White, or the white that we have to go on black, since you can't get this until then. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to do it first because it takes a little bit longer to dry. I like to stamp stuff on the back, and because I did copper, I'm going to put the copper on in the back of the card, but it does take a little bit to dry, so I'm actually going to do that first. And I also like to put Spooky on the back. Now this Spooky is not in the Spooktacular, it's actually in, oh wait, no, I think it is in the Spooktacular. I was thinking it was in oh it is, no it is, it's in the Spooktacular. For a minute there I thought it was in the Wonderful Wicked, which I also have been using so much because it's so cute. That, and then I'm going to use our Stampin' Up! Little logo on the back, and this is from the Make a Difference stamp set. Look at that. Okay, so delicate. I love this copper. I wish you guys could still get it, but those of you who already got it, you can use it. Now you can heat it up to make it dry quicker, but I'm just going to set it aside and let it dry while I do the rest of the project. But what you do need is you need to use either the Stampin' the Stays On Cleaner to clean off your images, or you need to use your baby wipes, which, here we go. I was trying to say, where did I put my baby wipes? And I just use like some, the regular cheap ones to get them off. And then again, remember when you're using your baby wipes, after you get your ink off, make sure I use my chamois. And then later on, I will use my the Stampin' Mist and my Stampin' Scrub to condition it. So baby wipes are great, especially to get this off, especially if you don't want to use the Stays On Cleaner. But you do need to recondition your rubber, and the Stampin' Spray or Stampin' Cleaner is so awesome to use with the Stampin' Mist. With our scrubber really reconditions your rubber so it stays nice forever, because unfortunately sometimes the alcohol in the baby wipes will dry out your stamps, and you don't want your rubber to crack. You want it to stay good forever, so, or as close to forever as it can. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. Look how pretty it looks on the black. And then I'm going to do, we're going to start with, you need 2 pieces of vanilla cardstock. I always do my middle piece, the inside piece, is at 5 1/8 and 3 7/8. And so that's my inside piece. So I'm going to set that aside, because right now I'm going to do my front. And my front is cut at 5 1/4, 5 1/4, and 4. And all these measurements are actually online right now on my blog, so you guys could follow along. And I'm going to use these fabulous, like I showed you guys, the masks. I love these masks. Aren't these fun? Now you can use these with our awesome paste, but you can also use them with our fabulous inks, right, with a sponge, which we used to do all the time. Okay, but I put mine off, so it's a little bit off on the center. And I'm just going to add this directly to my paper to hold it down on my fabulous grid paper. I love this grid paper. So I've cut, this is our normal grid paper, and I've cut it in half. We also have some fabulous holiday paper that's now available, which is super fun, that you guys can get as well. But I love our paper. And then I'm just going to use some Memento ink and a sponge. So our sponges come round. So I had it out, and then I've just snipped a piece out of it with my for my black, and I'm using my Memento black, which can get a little messy, so it's good to keep those baby wipes handy. And I'm just going to pick up the black and swirl it in. Now, you can also use a baby wipe to clean off your mask. I actually will, after this live, I will just rinse it with a little bit of light soap underneath the sink and clean it off, because it does come right off to get it nice and clean. When you use the our paste, definitely have to clean it off, and short after, don't wait like a long time to get it off. But so I'm not going all the way to the ends, so I'm leaving it a little bit. As you can see, I left it a little bit, and then I'm going to use my sponge on the outside. So after I get that the color where I want it, then I'm going to just peel off the tape, just like that. Isn't that super cute? Okay, I just love the way that looks. Okay, and then I'm going to do the edges, just like this. And add the black edge to it. I really like the way that effect looks. Now, you can do this after the next step too. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to stamp it with the Very Versailles leaves. I just want to set my sponge aside, so I just did this now, since I have a habit of putting my hand in it, which isn't awesome. So I'm just going to set my sponge aside, and then I'm going to use my Very Versailles, these fabulous leaves. So the leaves are nice. I'm using my Mento Black again, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp off once, and then you just put them where you like. So I'm just inking it up. Let's do it. So remember our snow globe's in the middle, so you want to make sure, if you want to see any of the leaves, they need to be closer to the outside on the edges. And then I just go back and add, so it's almost 3 or 4 generation, just to add a little bit of the leaves in the corner to make sure I've got nice coverage, just like that. Isn't that cool? Love it, love it, love it. This is such a very versatile stamp set. And then I'm going to use my chamois. As you guys can see, I've cut mine in half, because that works really well for me in my little space, my little crafting space. There, I've got that cleaned. Okay, so now I can put, I think I can put my Mento away. Not try to get it all over my hands, which I can get. Okay, so now we've gotten our base done, and I'm going to set this aside with this, because it's going to go just like that. I'll let that dry still a little bit longer, and we'll work on the other. Okay, so the next thing you need to do is cut a piece of basic black at 4 3/4, and then you want to use our corner rounder, which is on the banner triple punch. Now you can do it afterwards, after we what we're going to do is make one of these, but I find that it's easier to punch before you add the embossing, the dry emboss to it, because sometimes you break the fibers when you're doing that, and so you can get a ragged edge. So if you really like the nice clean edges, it's better to do it before you do that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my snow globe dies, and I'm going to position this on my die cut machine like this, and like I said, you can use a piece of washi to hold it in place. I love washi, and we actually have some washi on the clearance rack, which is super affordable when you're going on there to buy your stuff. So that, and then when you run it through, you're going to get a your piece and an outside piece. Now you need to keep this, because that's actually what we're going to put our other pieces on as it matches. And then we're going to run our piece after we've cut it out. We're going to run it through our scroll. This is the stylish scroll, and that's also in our new holiday catalog. Isn't that pretty? So we run that through after we've die cut the hole out and done the corner rounder on the 4 corners. And then we have our middle piece. So if you, oops, what did I do with my card? As you can see, that's where. And the reason why we need this extra piece is because our fabulous snow domes have double adhesive. So we have adhesive on one side and the other. So we need to have a piece to go over the top. And this is what our snow globes our snow club shaker domes come in. They are packages of 10 in these cute little boxes. So you can make 10 shaker domes. Super cute. And it's on the same page that you can buy the shaker dome or the shaker globe steel scenes stamp set. Okay, so now we have that done. Now we need our inside piece. So I'm actually going to use the copper foil and going to punch out the 2 pieces that I need for the copper foil. So I want the copper foil, I'm using this ornate frame as well as the base piece in our globes, which is also in the snow globes section, which is this one right here. So I'm going to go and run these through with the regular copper, and then after I get them, I'm going to get them in, I'm going to run them through again with my subtle embossing folder, because I like the way the extra this extra kind of texture adds to the card. So after you've cut them out, then you put them in and run them through with your subtle embossing folder. And again, I find that with these more ornate frames that it works so much better if you use the precision plate. But with these ones, you can just use your regular magnetic plate to cut those out, which is nice. So, okay, so let me put them back in here so I don't lose them. Fabulous. Okay. All right, so then after I've gotten them done, then I want to add a little bit of color to them. So it's a little bit harder with the foil to add like regular color, but I am going to add a little bit of color. So I'm going to use the soft suede just to kind of dirty it up a little bit, and use again another piece of my sponge. And I'm just going to pounce a little bit of the color mostly on the edges. Okay, that helps if you can get a little bit of the dark color. It kind of makes it look more round inside when you put the overlay on it for this one. And then this is where our vampire is going to go. So this looks nice, although I just noticed it has, oops, use my pick a tool. I have a few little pieces that did not fall out. So let me get those out now. This pretty, oh my gosh, this is such a pretty frame. It looks so good in our foils. Got a little bitty piece. There we go. Okay, so this is a little bit hard on your fingers, like I said, only because you'll get a little ink on them, and you definitely want to make sure you wipe your fingers off. I'm going to use a piece of use a little baby wipe to wipe mine off so that I don't transfer the ink to my other things. So I've gone ahead and after I've cut them out, put them through with a subtle, then I'm going to add a little bit of the soft suede with a sponge to kind of give it a little bit of tarnishing on our fabulous, because it looks really good. Okay, so one of the things too, there's a lot of like, you have to let things dry, especially with the copper what is it called? It's not called copper, celestial copper delicate metallic ink. Delicata metallic ink. So I'm just going to use that to wipe them out. And then when you use the sponges, it's really easy to get, look at, on your fingers. So you want to make sure you get that off so that you don't transfer it to our very vanilla. So I'm going to let these things dry. Actually, what I should do is, I would do right now is glue this on with a little bit of glue and then set it aside to dry, because we're going to make, although I've already done it because you really need to make sure it's all dry, because we're going to put glitter on this, and if you have any wet spots, the glitter will stick to it. So you really need to make sure that you've got this on dry. So I just actually add glue to the back, and you do need to do a little bit of glue on your little edges so that, look at that, I thought I got them all too. And I totally didn't. There we go. A little bit to the edges so that you can get it to stick down, because you don't want it to really be up high at all because of the glitter and the bats that you're going to put in there. You don't want it to get caught. So you want to put that on there, as you can see, just like that. So even though I was pretty careful, see how I've got a little bit of glue? So you need to make sure that it dries completely. So it'll dry clear, and with with all the stuff that's going to go on it, you're not going to be able to see the glue. But if you put this on wet and then you put the glitter on it, you'll get clumps of glitter. So you want to definitely make sure that that's dry. So set that aside so it can dry while you do your stamping. Okay. So then you need a piece of Very Vanilla and your Memento Black again. And I guess now we can do it when you do the other. Okay. And you need your stamp. I've already mounted my super cute vampire guy. Isn't he cute? And we're gonna put him on. So ink him up really nice. Make sure he's inked up really nice with your Memento Black. Oops. Well, I did do it. I messed it up. I was thinking at the same time. Okay, so first off, I would turn your paper over because I would just set it down in that black, and I got black on my fingers and my cardstock, and I was trying not to. Okay, so let me do that again. There we go. Oh, yeah. And then let's close that up. And I'm going to use my chamois to get that black off my fingers. Because you don't want it to be, you don't want to be transferring it. Okay, so then I'm going to color my little vampire with my Stampin' Blends. So because I'm using copper, I'm actually going to use my light Cajun Craze, which kind of is coppery, right here on his little lapel. Isn't that cute? His little lapel is so cute. And then I'm going to use the light Pumpkin Pie on his little shirt. And then I'm going to use the light, I want to make sure I get the right one, the light Smoky Slate for his hands. Although you can always do that white, I guess, because it could be that he's wearing gloves. And I'm just going ahead and making him gray. So I'm just adding him a little bit. Add the color to his face. And I am definitely going to, I wanted to color to show you guys because I'm going to use the color lifter. I'm not sure if anyone's had any experience with the color lifter. You can use it to lighten your colors a little bit. So here's my light Smoky Slate on my vampire. So he is kind of dark. I want to lighten him up a little bit and give it some dimension. So I'm going to use my color lifter. And I'm just going to go around on his cheeks. It kind of changes the way it looks a little bit. Just like that. So it lightens up the skin, his little skin tone, but also makes it a little molty, which is nice. It looks much better. I like the way that looks. So you can do that with any of the colors. So the color lifter is fabulous. It's not just for mistakes, but it also works really good for that kind of thing. Okay, so now I'm going to use the light basic black, and I have to tell you, this is the hardest part for me, is to color around this frame. I don't know how many times I have messed up. And we're going to cut it out, so it's okay if it's a little bit over the edges. I'm so terrible. And this is the light, look how dark that is. And this is the light black, not the dark black that you can see right here like that. This is the dark black. You can hear my family in the background. They know I'm live, but they can't help but do stuff that they know can be heard on the thing, going in and out and stuff. But that's what happens when I do a live on a Sunday. And they're all here. Go, do. Just like that. Okay. Now, I don't know why it works, but the light pool party is fabulous for making things jump out. So you use your bullet point ends, and you want to just lightly go around the edge. So I'm not like coloring in all the space. I'm just going like, you know, just one like line width around our chap, just like this. Just like that. And so there you go. For some reason that just helps it like jump right out at you, which is so fabulous. Love, 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 love. Okay, then when we've got him done, we're gonna use this cute little, our little ornate frame, and it will pop right out just like that. There we go, just like this. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, so you would run that through your Big Shot, and then you would get your guy. Okay, and then we have set aside, that one I've set aside, this is the one I did before. We're going to glue him down to our thing. I want to make sure you don't have the glue all the way to the edges so it doesn't spooge out, because like I said, you have to let that stuff dry so that it doesn't leave wet glue for the glitter to stick to. So we just stick him down. And then I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle to his eyes. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the Wink of Stella right to where his little eyeballs are. If you're a fan of really sparkly vampires, you can color his whole skin sparkly. I just did his eyes. Okay, so this is going to be the inside of our piece. So what I'm going to do now is, hopefully this is dry. Let me set this aside. Actually, I needed that. I think I'm going to go ahead and glue. I think I'll just keep this down and I'll just glue it straight to this. Okay, so how do we glue and make our snow globe? So you have to use your piece as a template, which I have moved 3 times and now I felt like that. Okay, so this is our template. So this is our card front that we're going to glue down onto our card base. And this is where it would be positioned. So you need to position it on your card where you want it. Now you're not gluing it down, we're just using it as a template. So you're going to put it on here the way you want it to go, just like this. Isn't that super cute? It's very nice, like that. And then we're going to glue this down. And then we're just going to use the glue to glue it down like it's a template. And I just moved it, which you don't want to do. Okay, so hold this down just like that. And so hold it exactly the way you want, because once you put it down, it's down. So, and then we're going to take our template and he goes in. So you want to put him in exactly like he fits in the hole, just like that, just like that. And then you're going to remove the template, and that's where we're going to build our snow globe. Okay, let me put that glue away. So what are we going to put in our snow globe? Well, like I said, I used those little punch bats. So I punched out some. Here's 10. But what you want to do is you want to make sure you put them on top of the face of our vampire, right? Then I'm going to put 13 on. So I need, 3 more. Put our 13 bats in. See, isn't that super cute? Oh, so cute, so cute. Okay, so I knocked 2 of them off. So it's very important that you put them here so that you don't get them caught. So on one of my first tries, I actually had one of the bats fall out, and one of the bats came out to here, and so when I put it on, it was like half in and half out. So you want to make sure you put all your bats right here in the middle. And then I'm using some of this Stampin' Ice glitter. I don't remove the top all the way. Look how, and so this glitter is a little bit better than, like, it's not as tiny as some of our other like dazzling diamonds. This is a little bit more chunky, more like sugar crystals. And I'm just gonna put a little bit. So you would put as much as you want to be in. You can hear the motorcycle of my next door neighbor. In there. Close that off. Just like that. Let's close that. Close that so I don't make a mess. But see how I've put it right there on top of that? Because then we're going to go ahead and, like I said, the snow globes have 2 sets of adhesive. So let's take off the first set of adhesive. Like I said, again, once you put this down, it's down. So you want to put this down exactly over. So all my bats are inside. Oops, they're not. Look. I actually have a bat that's on the loose. I couldn't see it before because of that. So make sure you check that all your bats are not escaping. And then you want to put it directly on top of where your globe will be, because that's your, just like that. Okay, and then make sure you get that on nice and tight. Very good. And then you go ahead and take this other piece of adhesive off. Just like this. That's super sticky. Super sticky. And then you're going to take your pretty scroll. This is what we used as our template. This is going to go down just like that. So this sticky will keep it on, but you do want to add a little bit more glue to the edges. Just a little bit of glue. Help keep it on there nice. Okay, and again, once you put this down, it's down. So definitely see how it just slides. You want it to slide down over top. Just like that. Make sure it's straight. You want to make it as straight as you can before you push it down. Okay, because once you push it down, it's down for good. Because that's the adhesive around those globes are super sticky, so you can't get a second chance at that. See how you've got that now? Super cute. No, we've got them done. Okay, so now we need to make the base. So the base of your snow globe that I'm using is this piece right here. And I just printed, I did use my precision plate, and I did get, it came out really easy, but you probably could use your regular, what is that? Your regular magnetic plate to get it out. But in basic black, and then I'm going to put it over top of the fabulous sponged copper that's also been embossed. So you do need to put a little bit of glue on here, and you don't have to wait for it to completely dry. Got a piece of something stuck because it's of course on the outside of your glitter, but you do want it to stick to it. So my glue, I have glue here that's like almost at the end, which makes it so nice to do these precision. We do have, you can use our finely tipped glue. I've had some trouble with getting the finely tipped glue for me. I've had trouble with using their nozzle, that it gets, every time I use it, I always get it stuck and then I can't use the glue at all. So I actually went and bought from Joann's little bottles that have this tube that seems to work, and I just put my finely tipped glue in them. Although it took like 3, because our finely tipped glue fills quite a bit. But, or you can just use your Tombow like I just did. I love it when my Tombow is at this almost empty. It's so easy to, you have so much more control. When it's a brand new one, it kind of, if you use it too much, it'll spooge out, make a mess. But here we go. And then my fabulous husband, you could hear him moving around the other way, has started making for my team. Hearts are my logo. He's making some Stampin' Lovelies glue holders for my team. So that's like the little project he's playing with his 3D printer, which is super fun. That holds your glue fabulous. Like, I love these little holders to hold your glue. Okay, so you need to put it snugly. Once you've added the glue to the back, you need to add it snugly to the top. So it needs to go up right up against, so it's snugly up against there. Just like that. Muy bien. Is that pretty? Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Now you can use tear and tape or glue. I just used glue to adhere this piece onto my card front, or card base. So this is our card front. Add it to my card base. And definitely don't skip on the glue for the card base, card front here. Get that in the middle. I do like the glue because unlike tear and tape, once it's down, it's down. Glue gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you need to maneuver to get it even. Maneuver it a little bit. But there you go. How cute is that? It's super cute, right? Okay, and then our back is nice and dry, which is awesome. My fingers did get a little gooey, but now let's do the inside. It's not done. You can't really write on the black. So we pull out our other piece of cardstock at, let's see, this is the right one, right? That's the 5, yeah. So I do these at 5 1/2 and 3 7/8. And so we're just going to use our black. And, ooh, here it is. I'm going to use my Have a Spectacular Halloween from the stamp set, the Spectacular Bash stamp set right here. Isn't that cute? It's a lovely font too. In the Memento Black. Just like that. Nice. Clean that off. And then I'm going to use, again, the leaves from the Very Facai stamp set. And I'm going to go ahead and do on this side, but now I have to be careful not to put my hands back in it. And then add it to the front, just like that. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. So my house is a little humid today, which is why the ink is really transferring. So if you don't have that, so you don't have to worry as much that you can transfer that black ink. But I find that Memento ink has some staying, so you don't want to transfer it from your grid paper to your project. Okay, so now I have quite a bit of ink still left on my sponge. I definitely want to add it to the corner edges of my... I love the way when you can dirty it up with a sponge. So definitely give it the black edge. And then I see how I'm going a little bit more than just that black edge. I do just like that, and then I just add a little bit to it to kind of dirty it up a little, just lightly. Love it, love it, love it, because you can still see nice, but it still gives it kind of more of a spooky feel, I guess. All right, so then get out your glue again and add it to the back. So you can get your, this is almost done. And then you just add it to the inside of your base, just like that. Super cute. And there you go. There is our week 7 Halloween vampire shaker card. Isn't he super cute? I know that there's like this really bad, now you can see the sunlight. I think you can see me in it too, but it does have a lovely, a lovely glare, because it's so hard with the surface to get a good clean picture, or just not blind you guys with stuff in the camera. But there you go. So this is today's week 7 of these cards. And again, I love these snow globes, the snow globe set. You can use that for any occasion. Make snow globes pretty much for anything, which I plan to be making bunches of snow globes. But I'll probably be using this fabulous ornate frame because it looks so good. Doesn't it? It looks so adorable. I just love it so much. Anyway, so that's it. You just have to remember that these globes are adhesive on both sides, so that you know that you need to set it down and then put a frame around it. And like I said, this was 4 by 3.5, and then I rounded the edges. So all of the instructions and the tutorial is on my my blog. I tell you how to make it. I will probably be getting a lovely, oh, thanks for sharing, Anne. I'll be getting a lovely downloadable PDF. I'll be working on that later on today. So I hope you guys have enjoyed week 7 of my 12 weeks of Halloween. And look forward to what we're going to do next week. And hopefully we get that done on Thursday and not have to wait till the weekend, because my weekends are always so crazy. But you can find all the supply lists and how to make this on my blog, and also under the videos and tutorials there is a 12 weeks of Halloween tab that you can pull down and see all the projects that I've made for so far during the 12 weeks of Halloween. And if you're watching this on a Facebook Live replay, please give my my video some love, and if you're watching this later on my YouTube channel, definitely smash that subscribe button so that you can get notified when I have more videos up. And if you're still looking for something to purchase in September, don't forget to use my September host code, unless it's over 150, and then you can get your Stampin' Rewards. And we do have the buy 3 get 1 free with our fabulous DSPs. And again, oh my gosh, I'm so excited about October 1st. It's a great time to be a demonstrator, because we get to see we get to pre-order the new Stampin' Trimmer, and then we have an exciting new promotion that's going to be with these gorgeous roses, a Christmas set. So that's super exciting coming up. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and happy crafting. Bye.